What is up? Welcome to another edition of Sacktown Movie Buffs. Once again, I'm Kier, and unfortunately, there is no Jason today. I actually just recently reviewed this film, and I don't believe that he's actually seen it yet. The big Oscar-nominated, Best Picture-nominated film, Drive My Car. Unfortunately, the Oscars have already came and went. They went yesterday. I just happened to see this film yesterday. I was trying to get to as many of the Oscar-nominated films before the Oscars actually kicked off, but unfortunately, just didn't quite make the cut with everything. But I did get a chance to actually see this. So I say without further ado, I say let's get into it. So Drive My Car is an interesting film. So it's a 3 hour long film, which is basically a Japanese drama, about a man who is I guess he was at one point like a TV actor, and now he's doing more like stage production, stage acting, as well as producing stage dramas or stage shows. He's married. Believes his wife may be having an affair. It's not too much of a spoiler on this, but never really confronts her. At some point, his wife actually, unfortunately, passes away from like some sort of like brain hemorrhage. And then he's tasked with a few years later, basically, with going to another city in Hiroshima to basically help produce basically a Japanese stage production where he has to basically interview actors, and when he select the actors, they basically go through and put together the stage production. He has a process of basically trying to memorize all the lines from the play, and his process is the play is written by his now deceased wife. And so he has a process where he likes to basically drive in his car for like an hour away from where the facility is and basically listen to the audio tape of the recordings. And then that way he can interact with the recordings. And that's his learning process. However, the company that I guess is employing him is basically said that he can't drive his car. It's against their company policy to have him actually drive a car. So they basically hire a 20-year-old driver for him, female driver for him, that is actually driving him around. And he has basically kind of an older Saab that you can see there in the picture. And so basically, he kind of forms some sort of a friendship with her, and she's got some other issues, and she's dealt with some loss as well. And that's, in a nutshell, that's what the film is about. It's about loss. He's a widower. She lost her mother at a very young age, and they were both in situations where maybe they both kind of felt like there was something they could have done about it, maybe to help prevent their deaths, and so they're kind of dealing with that. And then obviously the rest of the movie is basically him doing his stage productions, things of that nature, working with actors and that sort of stuff. That's really about the film. I mean, that's essentially wraps up the film. Why this film was nominated for Best Picture, in my personal opinion, I just didn't see it as being a Best Picture. I mean, in my opinion, it's overlong. I've heard complaints, or I've actually heard positives that the 3 hours, it feels like it just breezes right on by. But, I definitely kept pausing it periodically, just doing other things, and then coming back to it because it was just really, really long and not a whole lot happens. I've seen other films that are 3 hours long that I love. The length doesn't necessarily bother me. The Batman movie with Robert Pattinson I just saw a couple months ago. That movie's also 3 hours long, but there's action mixed in there. So you have a breakup from the drama and the dialogue to actually having some action. I'm not saying that this needed to be an action-packed film or anything like that, but the story just for me didn't warrant the length of it. I felt like if it was a nice, 2 hours, 20 minutes, it would have made for a much more meaningful story. And, I wouldn't have basically checked out from periods and times of the film because, it's the kind of film where I'm watching it and I'm just kind of waiting for something to happen. And I'm waiting for whatever's going to happen to happen. I'm like, well, there's got to be something else. This film's 3 hours long. There's definitely going to be something that's going to, shock me to my core. And for me, it just never happened. I just never was shocked to my core. I was, I hate to say the term bored, but in some parts, I definitely was bored in various parts of this film, just waiting for something to happen. And then at some point, I was just kind of waiting for the film to be over. And that's kind of how I felt. Like I said, I don't understand. I don't understand why it necessarily was nominated for Best Picture. I mean, it does have some nice visual elements to it. There is some good dialogue in there. It's not like a terrible film by any means. There is some good dialogue. There is some meaningful dialogue, and it is dealing with like death and loss and that sort of thing. But just the length, I just didn't think that it needed to be 3 hours long, in my opinion. And I think that really kind of hurt the film with its length. This was not a film that needed to run on for that type of time length. Just the way I feel, anyways. But like I said, I just wasn't something that I necessarily love. If I had to give this one a grade, I'm gonna say probably, unfortunately, it's gonna be like a 2.5 out of 5 for me. So that's just kind of a straight face with maybe like a hint of a smile. Like I said, wasn't terrible. There's definitely some things in there that I think most people can get out of there. There's definitely some nuggets in there. There's some interesting dialogue. It's like I said, it is translated. There is subtitles, so there is some interesting dialogue in there here and there. But just the length of the film, like I said, I feel like this film was at least 45 minutes too long, in my opinion. But let me know in the comments. Down in the comments, did you like it? Did you not like the film? As always, if you like the channel, we ask that you like, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification, and we'll be back again soon with another show. We thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day.